Did you know that one negative person in your life can decrease your productivity by up to 40%? Negativity is contagious, and it spreads faster than you think. But don't worry, in today's video, we're going to break down exactly how you can handle those negative people without letting them bring you down. Welcome back to Don't Do This Guide, where we help you avoid the mistakes that everyone else seems to make. If you've ever felt drained by someone's negative energy or found yourself constantly dodging toxic conversations, then stick around. We're diving deep into strategies that will help you stay positive and keep your peace of mind intact. Let's get into it. You know that feeling, right? You're cruising along, feeling good, and then bam, someone hits you with a tidal wave of negativity. It can leave you feeling drained and frustrated. But before we can learn how to deal with negative people, we need to understand what's fueling that negativity in the first place. Think of it like this. Negativity is often a symptom of something deeper going on. It could be rooted in fear, insecurity, past experiences, or even just a bad habit. Some people are naturally more pessimistic, focusing on the negative aspects of life rather than the positive. Now, I'm not saying you should become a therapist overnight and try to diagnose everyone around you. But having a little compassion and understanding can go a long way. Recognizing these patterns is the first step in learning how to navigate those interactions more effectively. Let's talk about boundaries, people. Boundaries are not about being mean or shutting people out. They're about protecting your own energy and well-being. Think of it like this. You wouldn't let just anyone walk into your house and make a mess, right? Your personal space is sacred, and so is your mental and emotional space. Setting boundaries with negative people is crucial. You get to decide how much you're willing to tolerate. This might mean limiting your interactions, ending conversations that become toxic, or even saying no to requests that drain your energy. By setting clear boundaries, you're communicating what you will and will not accept. It's about respecting yourself enough to say, "This is not okay." Don't be afraid to be firm but kind when setting boundaries. You can say things like, "I understand you're going through a tough time, but I'm not the right person to talk to about this right now." Remember, setting boundaries is an act of self-care, not selfishness. Okay, let's be real. Sometimes it's easier said than done to avoid negativity, especially when it's coming from someone you care about. But trust me on this. Engaging in their negativity is like pouring gasoline on a fire. It just makes it worse, and you get burned in the process. So how do you avoid getting sucked in? First, recognize the signs. Is the conversation starting to spiral down into a pit of complaints, criticism, or doom and gloom? If so, it's time to politely disengage. One of the best ways to do this is to simply redirect the conversation. If they're complaining about something, try asking, "What's one good thing that happened today?" Or, "What are you hoping to see happen instead?" Sometimes, just shifting the focus can help break the negative cycle. Now, if redirecting doesn't work, don't be afraid to excuse yourself from the conversation. You can say something like, "I'm swamped with work right now. I'll catch up with you later." The key here is to not feel obligated to engage in conversations that are draining you. Empathy doesn't mean absorbing their pain. Listen, I'm all about empathy. In fact, I think it's one of the most important qualities we can cultivate as human beings. However, there's a difference between being empathetic and allowing someone else's negativity to consume you. Think of it like this. You can offer someone a glass of water when they're thirsty, but you don't have to let them push you into a swimming pool and drown with them. You can acknowledge their feelings, validate their experiences, and offer support without taking on their negativity as your own. One of the best ways to maintain this balance is to practice detachment. This doesn't mean you become cold and uncaring. It simply means you learn to separate yourself emotionally from their negativity. It's about finding that sweet spot between empathy and self-preservation. You know what negative people love to do? Wallow in problems. They'll complain, they'll blame, they'll dissect every little thing that's wrong, but rarely will they offer solutions. And you know what? That's exhausting. So here's how you break free from that cycle. Become a solution-oriented person. When you find yourself facing negativity, resist the urge to jump into the problem-solving pit with them. Instead, gently guide the conversation towards solutions. For example, if someone is constantly complaining about their job, instead of joining in on the misery, Try asking, what steps could you take to make the situation better? Or, have you considered talking to your boss about these concerns? Now, I get it. Sometimes people don't want solutions, they just want to complain. You can politely excuse yourself or shift the conversation to a more positive topic. All right, let's talk about something that might feel a little controversial, but it's essential for your well-being: limiting your exposure to negative people. Look, I'm not saying you have to cut everyone out of your life at the first sign of negativity. But if you find yourself constantly drained and depleted after spending time with certain individuals, it might be time to reevaluate how much space they occupy in your life. Think of it like this: you wouldn't keep eating food that makes you sick, right? Well, the same goes for your mental and emotional health. You deserve to be surrounded by people who uplift you, inspire you, and make you feel good. Now, I understand that this can be tricky, especially when it comes to family members, co-workers, or people you're obligated to see regularly. But even in those situations, you can set boundaries. Limit your interactions, keep conversations brief and surface level, and focus on your own well-being. Have you ever noticed how being around positive, uplifting people can instantly boost your mood? It's like their energy rubs off on you, filling you with a sense of optimism and possibility. That's the power of surrounding yourself with the right tribe. Just like negativity can be contagious, so can positivity. When you're around people who focus on the good, who lift you up, and who inspire you to be your best self, it changes your entire outlook on life. Now, building a positive support system takes effort. It's about being intentional about the people you choose to spend your time with. Seek out friends, mentors, or even online communities that resonate with your values and aspirations. Choose your tribe wisely and watch your life transform. Let's talk about self-care, people. And no, I'm not talking about bubble baths and face masks, although those are great too. I'm talking about the non-negotiable practices that keep your mental, emotional, and physical health in check. When you're constantly bombarded with negativity, it's like your energy is being slowly drained away. That's why it's crucial to replenish your reserves through self-care. This looks different for everyone. It might be daily exercise, spending time in nature, journaling, meditating, pursuing a hobby, or simply saying no to commitments that drain you. The key is to find what fills your cup and make it a non-negotiable part of your routine. When you prioritize your own well-being, you're better equipped to handle whatever life throws your way. So, what are you going to do for yourself today? Let's talk about a word that many of us struggle with. No, it's a small word, but it holds immense power. It's the word that sets boundaries, protects your time, and preserves your energy. You know that feeling when you say yes to something you really don't want to do. Your stomach clenches, your shoulders tense up, and a wave of resentment washes over you. That's your intuition screaming, "Don't do it." Learning to say no is a game changer. It's about honoring your own needs and priorities. It's about recognizing that your time and energy are precious, and you don't have to give them away freely to anyone who asks. Now, saying no can be uncomfortable at first, especially if you're used to people-pleasing. But trust me, the more you practice it, the easier it becomes. And the best part? It sets you free. So, the next time someone asks you for something that doesn't align with your priorities, take a deep breath and say, "No, thank you." Listen, we've talked about a lot of strategies for dealing with negativity, but I want to be real for a moment. Sometimes it's more than just negativity. It's a sign of something deeper going on. If you're finding that negativity is consistently impacting your mental health, your relationships, or your overall well-being, it's crucial to seek professional help. A therapist can provide you with the tools and support you need to navigate these challenges in a healthy way. They can help you identify the root cause of the negativity, develop coping mechanisms, and create a plan for moving forward. There's no shame in asking for help. In fact, it's a sign of strength and self-awareness. It takes courage to acknowledge when you need support. Remember, you're not alone in this. Dealing with negative people is never easy, but with the right strategies, you can protect your peace of mind and keep your positivity intact. Remember, it's all about boundaries, empathy, and self-care. If you found value in this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to Don't Do This Guide for more tips on how to navigate life's challenges. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and remember, stay positive.